Hi Mark, great to see you at the range again yesterday. Just to cover the points that we went through during your lesson, here we on the far left hand side of your screen, we see the swing that you're making at the start of your session. Now if you relate this to where you were a few weeks ago, it's looking a little bit better. The arms are a little bit more in than they used to be, but still not in sufficiently. You can see as I stop you here now at left arm parallel with the ground in the backswing, we can see that the hands are hitting you in the middle of the chest. If we look at Charlie Wee's position here, and I'm going to use Charlie Wee as an example because he gets his arms in more than most players, so it really emphasises the move we're trying to make. Now we can see as we stop Charlie Wee, left arm parallel with the floor, his hands are hitting him around about the base of the right bicep. So club going through the base of the right bicep, club going through the right shoulder, and the hands more in line with the chest. If the hands and the arms are in this position, we've got to drop them in during the downswing, which is going to cause us to drift off that wall, if you will. When we look at you now, this footage is me asking you to take your arms in as much as you possibly can. What we've also done is turn the feet out slightly. Both feet for you should be turned out excuse me, approximately 15 to 20 degrees, just to allow you a little bit more freedom in the hips and helping you keep a little bit more stable during the backswing. So this is you pulling the arms in as much as you can, and you can see now when you do that, the left arm is coming in a much more appropriate manner, and the shaft of the club will just play you through now and run you up to that same position. The left arm parallel with the ground, we can see now that the shaft is in a little bit more of a deep position, hands approaching that right bicep a little bit more. So from that position here on the left, what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect from the body. We're going to get quite upright with the arms, whereas on this one here, where the arms are pulled in as much as you feel appropriate or as much as you feel possible, we're in a little bit more of a compact, deeper position at the top, where we can now return the club back on the inside with no manipulation. So if we look at your left arm now, it's still in. Here we need to now manipulate to get this club back on the inside. You can see there we're already drifting off the wall, hips coming forward in an attempt to get this arm in. Now unfortunately we don't get it in sufficiently to hit a draw consistently, and you can see on both pieces of footage, it's to be expected that you've lost your inclination to the ground. You've already started, if you will, to drift off that wall at this point as you try and get the club on the inside. Now you've fell off that wall, you've got to go throwing the hands at it at the last minute to try and get that club back on plane. Anybody who drifts off this wall gets the shaft dropping beneath them too much coming into delivery. If we watch what happens with Charlie Wee, he's going to stay much more in his inclination to the ground, able to keep the arms on the inside by default, staying into his angles, club more in line with him. As a result, the radius of the swing is shorter. He doesn't need to throw the hands at it anymore because the club is on line and doesn't require manipulation. And you can see in his finish that he maintains his angles. And what we were discussing during the session was that what we're actually seeing here is a tilt to the right. With yourself, you lose your right tilt. Remember, we've turned through 90 degrees. So if I play this one through now where your arms have come in sufficiently, we can see as you come through here, start to stand up. So the biggest difference between you and Charlie at that point, I'm just going to put this line in place for you, is, now remember you've turned through 90 degrees, is the amount of right tilt you have in your finish. Very difficult to maintain that if we don't get the arms working in sufficiently. So here at the end of your session, we've worked on stabilising the upper centre, the head, arms working in a much more appropriate manner than what we see here at the start of your session, where the arms are staying on the line for too long. Arms in, trying to keep on that wall. Look at that for a better backswing position there now. I just run that through to the top. massively improved. Then from there, the arms can stay in. There's absolutely no need now to throw the hands at it. We can keep the hands as quiet as we want, and as we swing through to the finish, we maintain our inclination to the ground. Totally different follow through position. We will work on it more as you come back from your trip. I look forward to working with you again in the future. I think the key thing now is to stabilise the centres during the backswing, so we'll work a little bit more on your swing from face on when we get together next. Between now and when we do, what I want you to concentrate on is, simply put, arms in, no release. When you're out on the golf course, emphasise the arms in. You cannot get your arms in enough at this stage. Good luck with it. Enjoy your trip. I look forward to working with you next week. Well done.